Hi, my name is Grace Love of Burlesque Toy Shop. We're going to be on an upcoming Blissbringers podcast really soon. We're super excited. And until that time, please check us out at toyshop.blissbringers.com.
Welcome to our Blissbringers podcast. The materials we cover encourage adults of all ages, nationalities, and sexualities to open up and embrace their wildest desires and blissful pleasures. You won't find medical advice here, just our personal experiences following the journey of sexual evolution and education in sizzling fun topics that were definitely not taught to us in school, but have wickedly blossomed into reality. We discuss adventures in ethical non-monogamy, kinks and fetishes, exotic places to visit, sexy events, workshops, and tips. Allow us to seduce you into embarking on new adventures where each day you ask yourself, what's your pleasure? Hi, honey.
Hello, honey.
This is Mistress SinD.
And this is John.
And we're going to do a recap of our sexy summer.
Yeah, it's been forever since we just sat down and talked.
You know, I was thinking, okay, so how far back should we go back? And I started thinking, gosh, I could go all the way back to April.
Okay. My memories are very vague.
But a lot has happened in 2014. I mean, a lot has happened. Some not so good when we lost our friend Coyote.
Yeah, that was a big bummer.
But I got to say, I've never been to so many celebrations of life and see so many various communities and lifestyles come together.
We'll have to visit another.
Yeah, we're going to do the grand finale at Burning Man.
I think that's going to be impressive as well.
When I was taking the hula hoop fire dancing class, the instructor, when I mentioned how sad I was, she's like, oh my gosh, did you know Coyote? And I'm thinking from a swinger BDSM style, and this girl's vanilla pure hula. And I go, yeah, how do you know Coyote? And she said, fire spinning. It's just remarkable how one person can cross over so many circles of life, including the holy roly Christians.
Yeah, it was a little bit weird during the memorial. There's so many people in there. And so how do you know? Weird. Well, it was weird for me when they asked me, so how do you know him? I'm like, let me have a look at you. What protocol should I follow here?
Well, how do you know him? And then I'll answer that question. So since April, lots of change. I left corporate.
Yep. You're a free bird.
I am a free bird. Check out my hair. It's neon pink.
Neon flaming pink.
Hell yeah, baby. Rock on. Man, if those corporate directors could see me now. They had no idea who that businesswoman was walking down the hall. That naughty little mistress inside that heart of hers.
Aww.
With neon pink hair now.
What else have we done since April?
Let's see. Your family came from Europe, came and visited us. That was really nice. It was absolutely perfect timing during that time. Oh, let's talk about some of the sexy parties, though. You know, I got to think, I kind of feel like the spirit of Coyote is in me because right after his passing, oh my God, I've turned to, I'm going to fuck at the parties. And I used to not be like that. Starting off with the Lafayette party.
Well, first, the memorial party that we did. Remember that?
Yeah, you were fucking. I wasn't fucking. I was being a proper hostess saying, hello, nice to see you. Who are you? And you're in the other room, doinking away. So good for you. That was the spirit of working through you.
Yeah, I channeled Coyote and I picked up his leftovers, I guess.
No, it was that magical cock of his. He had a gorgeous body and a gorgeous cock, and he gives us all the spirit of sex. You're right. It did start off the hotel party and the next night party when we did the BDSM, the sensual BDSM party. Do you remember? We did a sensual party.
Vaguely, yes.
My God, there has been so many parties. Okay, so after the first memorial party that we had at the Holiday Inn, God bless them, the next night over in...
That was Mr. Bill.
Yeah. And Tangerine had her erotic, sensual BDSM party, and that was hot, hot, hot.
There, yes. I remember that.
It was a fuck fest.
It was a fuck fest, and it was also like...
I actually had it. That was my first time of having a scene with someone that had lost an arm.
Yep.
And I actually really enjoyed it, and he really enjoyed the flogging and the sensation play. And I took him into subspace, and what a sweetheart. He was such a sweetheart. But yeah, that was the first time that I've ever had that experience. And I look forward to more.
Mm-hmm. I remember doing scenes next to Mr. Bill. And it's sort of funny seeing the differences in style we have. Like,
all three of us have our own unique style. His spanking techniques, I've never seen any other Dom spank a lady the way Master Bill does, because he makes girls come and squirt just from spanking.
You've made people come from spanking. Yes, I was there. I saw it.
No. When? When did I have somebody squirt?
Not squirt, come.
Oh, that's different.
That counts as well, you know.
Oh, I'll take that. Absolutely. But anyhow, there was that party, and that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then, let's see. Gosh, that was just still in April. We had quite a few parties since then. So then we go to the Lafayette party in May, because it's always towards the end or right around there.
So what happened there?
Oh, I fucked Chewy after like 4 years of flirting back and forth. And then we did the recording.
Yep. We also did a recording of the subtle couple.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have that interview coming up in one of the next episodes.
Mm-hmm.
If we ever get done with editing all that, because that was a long one. The party itself is like three or 4 days, but we were only there for 2 days.
So we went to a couple of dances being hosted. It was meet and greets being hosted by Candy's Adventures. And that was a lot of fun. I like how they do that. They do meet and greets at, a dance club, but they have the VIP area roped off for all of us to get together. I think that's a really cool way instead of just a standard social meet and greet, which, by the way, tomorrow we're going to the winery meet and greet with Candy's Adventure. They do a great job. I had a good time. Yeah,
it's at Shaboom's. It's a lot of fun. They give all the people of their crowd a light-up bracelet, or wherever you want to put the light-up thingy, and then they mingle.
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting to see them interact and then see how the vanillas react.
Mm-hmm. That's where we met Mr. and Mrs. Steampunk.
Yep.
That was a lot of fun.
Yep.
They're a sexy hot couple.
They're a hot couple.
Very hot. Hot, hot, hot. And you look hot with Mrs. Steampunk.
Oh. Now you make me all shy.
Yeah, I don't think so. I can't imagine you being bashful, especially someone that stands up on stage in Vegas for 6 hours spanking and flogging and doing whatever naughty demon stuff you do. Your 50 Shades of Gray.
50 Shades of Purple on your ass.
Okay, so we're up to July. 4th of July weekend in Lake of the Ozarks. That was a hot weekend. The Kinky Canadians, Captain and Professor, met up with us. They flew in. Actually, they drove in.
Yes.
They drove in. And then we met up with Mr. and Mrs. Missouri.
Yep.
That was a lot of fun.
And we interviewed them.
Yep. On the boat.
And interview,
on
you
the
will.
Boat.
I'm on a boat, motherfucker.
That was a lot of fun.
Yep. And the interview will be up later.
It was sexy. It was hot. We kind of had a disturbance there when I had to go visit the ER room and get a few stitches in my foot.
Yes. She had a falling out with a boat. So
yeah. Here's a warning to everyone. Don't try to fight with the boat's rudder. You'll lose.
Yes. And if you have a boat and you are in Party Cove and the water is filled with floating drunk people.
Or any lake or any water.
Any water.
And you've got people swimming.
Look the fuck behind your boat before you turn it on.
That guy was a complete blundering idiot. I mean, I think about it more and more. What an idiot. Who the fuck would turn on their boat engine? And he was tethered to probably 10 other boats. So I'm not really sure why he decided.
What the fuck was he doing?
I don't know. The only thing I can think of is he had a small penis because he had a jet boat, one of those big loud ones, and he decided he needed to show off his engine, baby. Only that I was behind the engine talking to his wife because she had cute tits, and he didn't pay attention.
He wasn't even paying attention to his own wife then.
Yeah. No, she was holding a dog.
Yeah, she's standing on the back anyhow.
Anyhow.
It's just all retarded.
Yeah, I was very lucky I didn't get my foot chopped off. Very, very fortunate. I'm very fortunate that you didn't get out and beat his ass. Actually, I was kind of surprised. I think you went into shock.
Well, I was more into damage control than anything else.
Damage control my ass. I didn't realize you took so many pictures of me laying on my back with my foot up in the air. You have quite a few photos, Mr. Ansel Adams.
Well, that was when you were already taken care of, when we already had the medical team.
That's because of the naughty nurse, Miss Missouri, was taking care of me. I didn't want anyone to touch me except for Miss Missouri.
Yeah.
God bless you nurses out there and all you other medical folks out there in the swinger, BDSM, alternative lifestyle, because you are our lifesavers. I really appreciate it. I was taken care of.
Yes.
Yeah, I was taken care of with those awesome drugs in ER.
I was just going to say.
Wow, how come nobody introduced Xanax to me before?
Plus all the other chemicals you had in your body at that point in time.
Okay.
You were very happy.
I was freaking out. I would never have thought of someone saying, here, drink this cocktail. Well, no, don't make me drink a cocktail. I'm going to the hospital. No, you need to drink a cocktail. And oh, by the way, do you have any edibles? Because you need to come down and mellow out before we get you to the hospital. And when we get to the hospital, give her a double dose of painkillers. It was needed. I have a fear of hospitals. Yeah, I was feeling good, though. The doctors are great. Those doctors and nurses in Lake of the Ozarks Hospital, wow, they're fantastic. Super friendly.
Yep.
We were in and out of there. We didn't have to sit in the waiting area like we do here in our place. They got us in, got us out. Ta-da!
The most shocking thing was we went for your medicine. Yeah, we go to the pharmacy.
And we have Kaiser medical insurance. And we were freaking out.
Yeah, so you're going to have to pay out of pocket. I'm like, okay. So I give them my credit card. I see the charge, $5.
She goes, are you sure you want to put this on your credit card? We're both looking at her going, $5, is that our copay? She said, no, this is how much this costs. John and I are looking at each other and we're like, holy shit, this would cost us more in copay if we were at Kaiser. Yeah. Woohoo! Let's go to Missouri and get our medicine.
You get a free lollipop.
And a smile.
Yep.
A very nice pharmacist. So that was 4th of July weekend. I had to hobble around for several weeks.
But even with your foot, you still managed to have some fun, sexy times there?
Oh, hell yeah. Mr. Missouri was there. I couldn't leave a weekend wide open without having yummy, delicious sex. And then Mrs. Missouri, too. That was a lot of fun. It was naughty fun. That was okay, let's fuck and go.
Right before we left.
Yeah, we fucked and left them. It was kind of rude of us. I think we should go back for...
I don't think they're insulted. I doubt it.
Did we leave them with a smile on their face?
I think so.
Okay. I didn't want to be impolite and, stay at their gorgeous little condo and then not fuck them. Darn. No, it was awesome. They're great hosts. Fantastic time on the water. Lots of good laughs. I got to say, we meet
a lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of awesome people in the lifestyle. Friends that we wouldn't meet in the vanilla world. You can't laugh and have this kind of interaction with vanilla friends, at least not in our past experience. I enjoy hanging out with alternative people more than my vanilla friends. Yeah, except for my bestie best. I love hanging out with my vanilla bestie best, but as a couple.
Afterwards, we did a pool party?
A couple weeks later.
Yes.
Yeah, beautiful mansion. Yeah. John, you naughty little boy. You actually went to 2 mansion parties.
Yes.
We went to one as a couple. And then you went to one as a stag stud.
Well, I had a date, so I don't know if it counts if I was a single man.
Okay, she only went there to entertain you, but it was more of...
Yeah, it was totally selfish, right?
Yeah. She went there to entertain everyone else. She doesn't go in as a date with anyone. You know that. But you had some fun.
Yeah.
As I was doing the vanilla family stuff, you were doing the naughty stuff.
That was pretty cool.
Okay, so go back to the first mansion party when we went as a couple. We went there and you fucked the hostess. That was good. She's gorgeous.
Yes.
And she has beautiful shoes. I've never seen a woman with so many pairs of shoes that are cataloged.
Yeah, she had a separate room just for the shoes. And all the women were like, oh, I'm not going to play. I'm just going to look at your shoes and masturbate.
I mean, when you open up her walk-in closet, I could hear the angels singing. I could hear this, ah. And all these shoes are in their own individual shoebox with the picture of them and their catalog. And her husband does the work of taking photos. I was impressed.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind just locking myself in there. And yes, all of us women were like, we're just going to bring our vibrator in here and masturbate while looking at these beautiful shoes. Because she did have a very, very nice selection.
Yep.
And I finally got to fuck a man that I've been fantasizing about for a long time. I'm very bashful. When I get to the parties, I know I'm talkative behind the microphone, but when I get to parties, I don't know. Unless I know someone really well and I have a connection, I just can't do it.
Well, the stars need to align. You're just picky.
Selective. And even if I do have my eyes on someone, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen for a couple of years.
Well, sometimes the planets pass each other and sometimes the stars align.
Yeah. I'm a great social butterfly. I want to make sure everybody's having a good time. Doesn't mean I have to be on my back. But I got to say, this boy is in such great shape. And he ran a triathlon. He was part of a triathlon earlier that day. And he fucked the hell out of me. I had to tap out. I had been working out for 6 months, building on my stamina. And that boy wore me out. You were there. You were in the room. I literally had to high five one of the girls standing there to tap her in to take my place so I could go catch some fresh air.
It was a team sport.
It was. The sexy part was when I was fucking him and you came up and you were hovering above my face and you took your large cock and oh, ooh la la. It was yummy. It was really, really yummy.
You like that, don't you?
Yeah, you started talking nasty to me. You're my shy boy. When you talk normally, you're not a talker.
Only when you least expect it.
Yeah, I was least expecting that one. Nice hard cock in my mouth while being fucked by a gorgeous man with a beautiful body, and you're talking naughty to me, and meow, 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 my kitty's meowing. Yeah, I was happy. And then my favorite part was us ending the evening.
Yeah, we had some
together.
reconnection sex. It was
don't
hot too.
normally do that.
No, that was fun of doing it like right there. The bed real estate was at the premium.
Oh my God. Yeah, I didn't want to get up off the bed just because I was afraid someone was going to jump the bed. Wait a minute. There was someone that was trying to push you off your bed when you were there with your friend, the hostess, when you were playing.
Yeah.
There was someone. Oh God. That
Yeah,
was just...
you guys, are you guys done? Are you guys done? Because I want this bed. Or if you guys are done, can I have the bed? I'm like, that's sort of rude.
It was really rude.
We're like, okay, if you weren't done before, we're sure done now.
The most shocking part is he's saying that, and you're with the hostess of the party. It's her house. And he's basically trying to kick you guys off of one of her beds.
Yeah.
That takes...
I don't know what the fuck that was.
I was going to say that takes balls, but the guy obviously wasn't thinking straight. I don't know. So yeah, that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did a vanilla road trip. Yay, I love road trips. Went to Oregon, to the coast, but that was a vanilla trip. I really wanted to go to that other mansion party, it sounded.
Yeah, so Tangerine's Dream, they are now also doing these high-end parties where it's like a big takeover. When you drove up, check your name at the gate, and then it was about I think more than a mile drive. So it was literally all by itself.
And it's just over in Livermore in the hills?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of funny to think in the Bay Area, we have remote areas still.
Yep.
And you can run around naked?
Yes.
On the property?
Yep. There was one big pool, and then there was one big mansion/house.
I heard it was close to a vineyard.
Yes, it was actually on a vineyard, technically.
Oh, it was on a vineyard. Oh, nice. They have a lot of good vineyards out there. I heard you fucked 5 girls at this party. Is that true?
I can neither deny or confirm that.
High five! Woohoo! Is that a record?
I think so.
Oh my God, you stud muffin, you. Did you have multiple ones at the same time?
Well, I sort of had a double blowjob for a moment.
What's a sort of...
Sometimes things get a little bit vague, right?
One of the girls described it in more detail, and it wasn't just for a moment. So maybe your brain went blank. The blood sucked out of your skull and went down to your cock, and you don't remember anything because it didn't record.
Yeah, I forgot to press record on that.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun. Oh, the Penzers did their fire dance.
That's why I wanted to go to that party. They're influenced by Coyote's fire spinning.
Yep, and they did a great job.
Pretty hot. I heard Mrs. Penzer looked gorgeous. Mr. Penzer looked gorgeous. The two of them looked gorgeous. And they did a great job.
Yep.
I gotta see
And the entire setup was pretty nice.
Tangerine Stream did it again.
Yep, they had people flying in from all over the place, from Canada, from the other coast.
Yep.
Lots of food, professional photographer there, all around, perfectly executed.
Oh, I'm sorry I missed the party.
So you should definitely check them out. They have sort of two categories of parties. They have the regular parties and the upscale parties.
Right. So check out Tangerine's Dream website. But yeah, you should check out some of their parties, between their sexy swing train and then these mansion parties, the upscale. It's just really nice. You don't have to be wealthy to go to these parties. It's just nice to check out different places and different people and meet them from all walks of life. Because they're also the ones that do the gangbang parties. Or, wait a minute, sorry. Ladies' choice parties.
Well, she calls it a gangbang as well, so.
That's right. That's right. I think we're up current with the parties, right?
Yes. And then, in the future.
Oh, in the very near future. How are we going to close out our summer?
We are going to burn the man.
Going to Burning Man 2014. Yay!
Yep. We're taking the Bliss Bus on the road.
Yeah. We're going to go check it out. Are you going to be Reverend John?
Of course. And do interviews.
Get people to confess.
Black Rock City interviews. Confession stand.
Love it. Oh my gosh. The creativeness, the stuff.
We can record inside the Orgasmatron.
That would be fun. There isn't a spot in Burning Man that would not be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to do fantastic with getting some confessions, creative confessions. The people that are not swingers, they throw out all policies and rules and judgment out the window when they get to Burning Man. Everybody loves everybody. Everyone will fuck everybody. Well, I shouldn't say that, but I guess if the connection happens, it's all good. And you know what I did notice is the camp that we were with, they have a big bowl of condoms.
All the camps have safer sex supplies, and they're handed out freely.
It's just the idea of playa dust in the punani. It just kind of scares me. I'm going to take some douche.
Some duct tape.
Or someone's going to have to take their shower head in their RV and wash that girl out. I'm looking forward to it because this year has been a transformational year.
It's going to be awesome.
I quit the corporate world. We've got people divorcing, people marrying. You rolled your ankle. We forgot to say that. You broke your foot.
Yes.
We were doing the mud run, but you weren't actually doing an obstacle. He was actually running on the
the only obstacle that I couldn't do was the grass.
He broke his ankle on the grass, but that's okay.
Hey, it got me lots of pity fucks.
Okay, you don't even need to go there because that was the most unbelievable situation. You did get pity fucks. You worked it.
Yes.
You were walking semi-normal until the party when all the girls were like, oh, John, your foot, let me rub it. And all of a sudden, John, you started like walking like your whole entire leg was broken. And the girls were like, oh, let me rub it. And you're like, oh, thank you. You're disgusting. You're just disgusting.
That was my villain John personality coming out.
Yeah, you know that all of us were behind going, are you kidding me? Oh, jeez. And then the pitiful part is that when we left that party, the one that you're thinking of where you got the pity fucks and all these girls are fucking you because they didn't.
That was the Lafayette party.
It was the Lafayette party. We were walking away and you miraculously started to walk normal. It must have been from all the massages.
Mm-hmm. It's very therapeutical getting massages from naked women.
Especially when they're rubbing their boobs all over you.
Yes, that helps with the recovery.
Coconut oil.
That totally helps with the recovery process. It's science.
Yeah. Oh, work it, baby. Work it. You know, whatever makes it. Just keep doing what you're doing, honey.
Mm-hmm.
It's all good. Your foot's better. My foot's better. We're better. We're good.
All good.
You know what? It's funny because we've had a lot of drama and it really hasn't affected us. In fact, we've had more sex this year than we've had in prior years with no drama.
I don't know. I don't want to make that correlation. That sounds dangerous.
Hey, come on. You got to admit, even our sex life is getting hotter and hotter.
Mm-hmm. I think we should leave the listeners with our on the boat interview.
On our boat over 4th of July.
Yes.
With Mr. and Mrs. Missouri and the captain and professor.
So that's coming right up.
Everybody enjoy your summer. And we'll see you after Burning Man.
Okay, this is Professor T, and I'm here with Sexkitten, a.k.a. KK, and we are on a boat, motherfucker.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, the whole gang's here this weekend, the captain, Mistress SinD, and John, and HD, and KK. And we're here for a kind of wild weekend on Lake of the Ozarks, Independence Day. And welcome, KK. So tell us about this cove that we're in.
So this cove is called Naked Cove, which is one of our favorite coves because we come and get naked in it and other things as well.
Yeah,
So-
like what?
Like blowjobs and pussy licking and fucking. And we can make it very private because we can go pretty deep in this cove and kind of pull our boat and have a private 50-foot, 100-foot of water.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself? How do you identify?
Yes, what's your pleasure?
So actually, when I was about 16, my very first kind of steady boyfriend and I started swapping with his best friend, who was his next door neighbor. So my first swapping experience was actually when I was like 16, and we just had a great time. And pretty much ever since then, we kind of knew that's the kind of sexual relationship that I wanted.
And so have you had that kind of sexual relationship ever since then with whoever you've been with? You've made that clear to them?
Pretty much every relationship, but maybe one.
So we know that you like swinging. So what about kinky?
I definitely like to be tied up. I like to be flogged.
Do you like it when John flogs you?
I definitely like it when John flogs me. Definitely.
What happened last night?
We had a wonderful little impromptu party last night, and he teased me the night before with the flogger, actually, like brought it out and said, hey, look what I brought for you. So we decided we better use it. So
right, you better. Wouldn't want to have lugged all those toys for nothing.
She was getting anxious anyhow.
I was getting anxious. And he whispered in my ear, hey, you want to go inside? And that was the impetus for the party.
Okay, and he tried out some new restraints.
He did. The thigh wrist restraints, which were really nice.
Yeah, they were kind of a turn on. Just
really
watching
nice.
that, I liked that.
Yeah. I enjoyed those a lot, not being able to move my hands. So that was good.
Sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty good.
You were there, Professor.
I was there. Yeah, stay on target. Stay on target. So one of the other things that is kind of cool is that Sexkitten and her partner HD were both on the BVI Bliss Cruise with us, the first inaugural Bliss Cruise.
Best experience of my life so far. That was something that everybody should do at some point in their life. It was a total, I mean, for us, we had a very special additional pleasure because of our sexual escapades, but
yes,
everybody
it was the
would enjoy
wildest
that.
cruise
It
going
was
in
crazy.
the BVI that year.
It was
that
crazy.
winter, yeah.
And we played games. We had fun.
Oh, yeah, we played games.
Yeah.
And we had a 60-foot catamaran called Off the Grid.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and we had it all set up for play. It was perfect with those overhead
On the patio.
Oh, I was thinking inside that we could restrain.
Yeah, because the patio was good, too.
Yeah, the patio was good. We pretty much fucked all over
We
the
did.
boat.
We
Fucked
did.
and flogged and
We did.
tied up and played games. And
Yes. Great time. Great group of people. You have to have the right mix of people, but we had a good group.
yeah, we did.
So we plan to do it again at some
We
point.
do.
So maybe in the Bahamas this time.
Yep.
So hopefully Captain will do another bliss.
Oh, for sure.
A bliss
Captain
vacation.
can always be talked into it. And I think we're planning on maybe a trip to Desire,
Oh, yes. Love Desire.
which is where we met, as a matter of
Yes.
fact.
Where we met and created an amazing friendship, because then we got to meet John and Cindy and then created another beautiful friendship. So we couldn't ask for better friends. And you guys drove a long way.
Yeah, worth every minute.
And they flew a long way. And we're going to make every minute count.
Not over yet.
Not over yet.
So
basically what's going on here in this cove, is this typical for the area and the boaters? I did notice that there's apparently some correlation between swingers and boaters.
There is a huge correlation between swingers and boaters, and I never knew that, but there is a huge population here and very active.
So do you have any tips on how to find swinger boaters?
Know another swinger boater. The thing is, there is just such a great connection. You meet one and then they introduce you to somebody else. And
how many swinger boaters do you know?
20, probably at least 20 couples here. They do some organized parties at one of the marinas here, but we kind of like the more personal, like somebody knows somebody kind of situation.
So it looks like you don't have any problems finding like-minded people around here?
No, we don't at all. And very good friendships have arisen from that, actually. Like very year to year, very good friendships. Kansas City, St. Louis, Columbia, all over the place.
There actually seems to be a pretty good swinger community in St. Louis as well.
There's a very large swinger community in St. Louis. More than I ever knew until we became more involved with active groups, because we were kind of just met people and played, but the active groups, there's a couple of really large groups. But they're a little adversarial, the two groups, so we've known people in both groups and we blend into both groups, but we found that if you're friends with a couple in one group, sometimes that's not so cool for the other group.
So you can be slutty with your groups, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Go with the group with the least drama.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the boat group, we have actually had no drama with our boat swinger groups. Not at all. What's really nice here is the non-swinger boat group is very non-judgmental of the swinger boat group. And we all hang out together. And pretty much people know what each other does, and they respect that, and they're very comfortable. And the non-swinger boat group likes the swingers for the most part because they can be a little more open in their little private environment and not feel judged. We actually go on vacation with our non-swinger boat group friends because they're just great people,
they're
too.
Cool.
And we have fun and can go topless, and the girls will kiss a little, and the guys will get a feel where they don't get to feel up somebody.
Well, I mean,
there.
last year when we were here, there was a stripper pole on one of the boats. Were they swingers or non-swingers?
They are swingers, but very reserved swingers. Like, they say they're swingers, but we're not exactly sure because even though, well, I shouldn't say we're not sure. We've fucked them, but... So we have fucked them.
Isn't that usually a pretty good indicator?
That is a pretty good indicator. That's why I changed my mind. But they are very, like you could go
they're
6
selective.
months. Well, you could go 6 months when they're not in the mood, and then they're in the mood.
Right.
So
kind of like us.
We don't know. We never know.
I see.
Although we've never been with you guys where at some point or another we weren't in the mood. I mean, at some point. And even though Professor wasn't quite in the mood last night when we got her into a nice slutty outfit. The slutty outfit is the key.
It always brings it out in me.
With the boots, the Dom boots, and she got in the mood pretty fast.
Yeah. I just have to put the boots on.
I think so. My husband loved you in the boot.
And your outfit, my God, all those
strings. Like a bondage outfit. I was all bonded up.
Very sexy. Okay, well, I think that's good for now. Thank you very much, Sexkitten.
Oh, thank you.
Shout out.
Today's featured podcast is Everybody Swing.
Hi, I'm Matt.
And I'm Bianca.
And we're from EverybodySwing.com.
This is true.
Matt and Bianca not only run a pretty terrific podcast, they also organize lifestyle vacations and cruises. Check them out at everybodyswing.com. And that is it for today. We will be touching on all these subjects in upcoming episodes. In the meantime, visit blissbringers.com to check out all our stuff and a coupon code that gives you 20% off while you are supporting the good women and girls of Burlesque Toy Shop. So that's a win-win-win, people. What more do you want? Oh, you want free prizes as well? Okay. If you leave us a review on Stitcher or iTunes, you will get free prizes. Now get to the site. Do it now.
All names mentioned in this show are either fictional, taken from public record, or held by people who have given their explicit consent to be mentioned.
check, 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 check. Don't fear the reaper.